Hello, guys, and welcome to your market report for Monday, August 27th, 2018. Let's get right into this Bitcoin, what's going on in the Bitcoin markets today, and let's open up the charts right here, and let's get over here to Bitstamp and take a look at what's going on at Bitstamp. We're looking at a price of $6,683, and here's the thing. You see this price down here, 58.80? We've seen a very consistent, albeit very slow, movement upwards ever since of nearly $1,000 over the last number of days with no significant movements to the downside. It's a very bullish signal to me, in my mind. If we go back on the chart to the 12-hour, you can see this slow rise upwards right here on the end of the chart. Could this be the ending of the bear market? Now, you have to understand something about Bitcoin. Everything in Bitcoin, in the Bitcoin world, in the crypto world, is compressed in the time frame that the markets move at. This whole fixture that we have in the market, this lead up to $20,000, and this air coming out of the bubble and coming back down to $6,000 has all happened in a much shorter time frame than it does with gold and silver. The markets, and reading the charts, almost looks identical, but it's moving in a quicker time frame. And so, taking that into place, could we actually go in? This is the question I'm posing. Could we actually go into a premature bull market at this point? Now, why I'm going to call this a premature bull market is this bull market that led us all the way up to $20,000. The infrastructure build on Bitcoin, and this is what actually supports the Bitcoin price, is infrastructure behind the actual Bitcoin itself. There's infrastructure, and this infrastructure is being built. Just like the U.S. dollar, what supports the U.S. dollar as a world reserve currency? The U.S. dollar is not worth nothing. What supports it is the infrastructure that's behind it, is what gives it its fiat value. It's value by decree. In order to have value by decree, you have to have something that stands behind that. Whether it be an empire is built on enormous structures of infrastructure. That's what an empire is. And one of the greatest empires on earth was the Roman Empire, and of course the American Empire is very similar. You can go across the land, and as far as the eye can see, you can see buildings and everything. This is what's supporting the foundations of the dollar. Bitcoin is building infrastructure. And where is it in this infrastructure build? If you're going to invest in something, you need to actually know how much infrastructure stands behind Bitcoin at this point to support the price. Well, we're going to give you a clue right here. Right here, Bitcoin daily transaction value. This is basically how much money that the network can handle. And this network is Bitcoin's infrastructure, is its network. Its network, basically the transaction value, has just passed PayPal. So it's bigger than PayPal. $1.3 trillion. Okay, so she's passed PayPal. PayPal's I guess Bitcoin's at $1.3 trillion. Placing it ahead of the latest numbers both from PayPal and the Discover card. So it's beat PayPal, it's beat the Discover card in infrastructure build. And guess what target's next? The target that's next coming is right here, Visa. The Visa card. Visa processes $9 trillion. Okay? Bitcoin right now is at 1.3 trillion. 1.3 trillion. So we see it's passing 1.3 trillion. It's on its way to passing Visa and PayPal. Now, when it passes Visa and PayPal down here, and it's going to, trust me, it's going to, and they processed nearly $9 trillion last year, then Bitcoin can support a much higher price than it is right now. much higher. But the market is showing us right now where Bitcoin is, really, in its infrastructure build. Because when the market popped back and it went back to $20,000 back there, it wasn't handling the transaction volumes that it's handling now. It's probably doubled its transaction volumes since it was up here at $20,000. That's why it couldn't support that price of $20,000, and that's why the air all come out of it and went down to $6,000. It hit a floor at $6,000. That means that the market has found its value for Bitcoin. The value of a Bitcoin is $6,000 right now, being based on its market transactions in the world economy, which is 1.3 trillion. So this is going to grow very rapidly, this transaction value of the cryptocurrencies. This is going to grow extremely rapidly. This is why the Fed is so frightened of it. It knows that Bitcoin is not built on nothing. You get these guys out there and saying, oh, Bitcoin is nothing. No, Bitcoin's building infrastructure, just like any empire has infrastructure. The Roman Empire had infrastructure. The American Empire's got infrastructure everywhere, all across America, cities and houses, and that's the infrastructure. Well, Bitcoin is building infrastructure too. And in the end, a few years from now, instead of everything being priced in dollars, it'll probably be priced in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is got plans, big plans, to take over all the infrastructure. I mean, we could be looking at moves where Bitcoin goes up 1,000 times the price it is now. If it moves from a company that does, basically it's on the level of PayPal right now. That's what level it's on right now. But if it moves into a company that's bigger than the United States dollar, so that's what Bitcoin's going to be. It's going to be like a company, a worldwide company. That's what it's going to be like. But it's going to be a company. How much infrastructure does it have? When it finishes taking over all of the infrastructure, and when I say Bitcoin, I'm actually talking about cryptocurrencies in general. When they finish taking over all the infrastructure over the entire planet, then they will be the only money. This is what, nothing less, this is what they're doing. This is like a cancer to the financial system that's growing unabated. And by the time the patient notices that the cancer's there, it's too late. It's terminal. It's going to continue to grow and metastasize. And that's what this Bitcoin is actually doing in the world markets. So let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. Well, you remember we were under 200 billion there a week or so ago. Now we're 218 billion. So it's gained like $18 billion worth of market cap. 53.3%. Right now, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin is showing extreme strength even within its own marketplace, which is the cryptocurrency market capitalizations right here. So we're looking at the prices of most all the coins starting to shoot upwards. IOTA's taken a huge leap today, 14.07% for IOTA. It's up to 61 cents. You should have bought in, guys, on IOTA. Boy, gosh, that's a big jump. Litecoin is starting to take a little move. It's not moved really yet. It's moved up 0.77%. It's still 57.78. Anytime you can get a Litecoin under $60, you're doing something, guys. EOS today, $5.18. It's taken a 4% leap in price. But Ethereum's lagging back. So it's still looking good to be a good bargain. XRP is lagging back, only 1.27% up. It's 32 cents. You're probably going to see XRP go up quite significantly on this next move upwards in Bitcoin prices. I mean, I don't like Ripple. I don't like it. But this goes back a long way. The reason why I don't like Ripple and the reasons why I don't like Ripple, and I don't have any Ripple. It goes back a long way with me. But I got the next best thing. I got Bitcoin and I got some Litecoin. And so I'm not out of the woods. I mean, I'm not caught out with nothing, you know. EOS today is up 4.47%. So that is what the coins are doing today. Anyway, here's the thing, guys. It might be getting long, really long in the tooth, this bear market. And so buying opportunities might be hard to find at this point, you know. Uh, Now, I come in every time, and I told you when I was buying, and I took really good advantage of this bear market. I think I hit all the bottoms. And I told you the days when the bottoms were there. If you look back on my show, you know, this might be coming to the end. This might still be a buying opportunity even today at these prices, even though we're $1,000 higher. Because if you take a look at this chart on the 12-hour, you'll see we're still down relatively. I mean, okay, we're right there on that line right there. Okay. But that's down. That's down. Okay, we were down here. We were down here, but we're only up to here. I mean, we're still down. We're still down fairly low, you know. When you don't want to buy is when the market's way up here, like 22, 23,000. And that might be where we're headed, you know, in this next bull market. We might be going to exceed the prices of the previous bull market. Of course, the infrastructure, like I say, the infrastructure is still only built out to like what's it, 1.3 trillion. How high a price can that actually support? Well, the market's proven it that it can support a $6,000 price right now. Maybe 6 months from now, we can support a $12,000 price at the bottoms. See, now I'm talking about the bottoms. What's Bitcoin worth? Because of the infrastructure build. Right now, $6,000. It's not worth 20,000. There will come a day, maybe a year from now or something, when it is worth 20,000 at the bottom. What will it pop to on the top when it's worth 20,000 at the bottom? 100,000 at the top? You know, that's what it'll pop to if we get a bull market. But ultimately, it's just going to continue to go higher and higher and higher. Because what's out there to stop it? The only thing that people point to that could actually stop this thing is the governments. They say, hey, you know, the government's going to come along, they're going to ban Bitcoin, you know? Well, here's the thing. The governments would all have to work in unison to do this because this is a worldwide phenomenon. And so when have we ever seen the governments work in unison on anything? They can't get along on anything. Anyway, that's about all I got to say today on this. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Bitcoin Report, and we'll catch you again on Tuesday. Bye-bye for now, guys.